Let's see if that brings you on. Um, mute, 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 mute. Let me just test. Hey, babe. No, we're just trying to get Skip on here with me. Okay. Live. You're on. I'm live. Hey, good Saturday morning to you. Welcome into Rick's house. Thanks for joining us on the program. Appreciate you being with us this morning. And we're excited about being here and traveling just a little bit. So we're still working out a kink or two, but I think we about got it situated, Brother Skip. How you doing this morning? Yeah, where was you last night? I didn't get a chance to talk to you. Yeah, you're gonna get a little traveling down there. Come on. Little traveling, little traveling. It's all good to do some traveling. All right, I'm just gonna send you a new. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm getting ready to kick you. I'm getting ready to kick you back on, but we're gonna do it in a. We're gonna send it to you a different kind of way. Well, I hope so. I think you can. It's gonna be good. Gibbs had their game on Thursday night and took Carter out. So that was a tight one, 31-28, something like that. Well, I'm telling you, um, burnt that unbeaten season for him, didn't it? I knew you were shocked and appalled, and I know it's terrible. All right. It's that's how you roll. Shout the pod and whatever else you can do in those things. Yeah, how long does it take you to get down there? That's a pretty good trot. Right. Sorry about that. I'm sending you a different link from a different place to see if we can get you on there. There you go. Now we're rolling. Ain't that the truth? But we got it in pretty good shape. Amy said we sound good. I'm getting ready to bring it up here on, and then we see if we can get you on. That's right. Go Vols. We got a lot to talk about today. A lot of home improvement stuff to do. A lot of things going on. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. We've been working on the travel trailer, and I have just got a bunch of stuff done, but still some stuff to do. Uh, so we're working on it, and we'll get there. But I also okay. Uh, let's see. Oh, is it on? There we go. I don't know who it is. Yeah, you can kind of see what's going on here in the chateau. Chateau Rick Allen. This is the Gypsy Jane. We named the travel trailer. We finally named her Gypsy Jane. Gypsy Jane. All right, now I can. Oh yeah, TV is on back there. Okay, now I can see. All right, now let's see if we can get you on here. I don't know why I can't see you. Worked beautifully. Maybe I don't know. I got to get that close. Look at me up in like an old man up in the. Huh? What? Huh? Well, they should be able to hear you now. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, and I had to get a new computer because finally, when we had the trouble the other day, um, uh, my computer's been a great one. I use the Dell XPS, and I know that's an older system, but the Dell XPS is designed for what we do, and that's what I utilize, and it works out great for us. And so finally had to break down and get um, a new one to me, and I just got it yesterday. So, uh, but it's all different. It's Skip and I were talking about this morning. Instead of USB A to C, it's C to C, and then we've got the the other part going on where we have the trying to put the Roadcaster Pro in there, which will let y'all hear stuff during the timeouts. And then next week we'll be able to add the radio station feed in there as well. So we should have both those. We should have both those things up and running. I mean, if you can hear me, if you, nope. Okay. If you can, I don't know if you can hear Skip or not. I don't know why it's not letting you on. Maybe it don't like you. I like you. I think you're a good looking man. I don't go that way, but you know. I see you, and I've got you unmudded. I just don't know why I can't. I mean, I see your name up there, but I don't know why I can't see you. And I brought you in on the feed, so I don't know. Well, that's probably why they can't hear you, because I'm not feeding it through the board. So you're going to have to turn your microphone on. Turn your microphone on. So anyway, so we got that going on. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about I don't know. Let us know out there in Facebook land if you can hear him. I can still hear you. They'll let us know in the chat room if they can hear you. They should be able to. Well, if it would quit turning you off. There you go. All right. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear Skip. Say something, Skippy. Yeah. Okay, and I've got you on. I just can't get a picture of you. And it says your camera's on. I don't know why it's not feeding it. Because I can see the light on there that says that your camera's on. That may be the.
Hey, there's somebody.
Hey, there you are.
Access this precise location. Sure, why not? Can you see
Okay.
me now?
All right, let me turn that down so I don't get the back feed.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Dilla.
Take video, photo, barcode, switch to photo mode. I don't know what it's doing.
Lord help us.
Lord help us is right. I don't know. Can you see me on your computer or no?
No, I do not.
Okay, well, I can see myself on my own. Hi, there I am. Oh, hey, there I am bigger. I don't want to be bigger. Oh,
All
heck.
right, they can hear you now.
All right, well, that's good. But we'll get it all figured out by the first time out. Shoot monkey.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely right.
Yeah,
That's how we roll.
That's how we roll.
Volume. I need to turn my speaker volume down. So I can't figure that out. But anyway, and listen, we've been working on this for an hour, y'all. No, about an hour and a half actually. So
Oh,
I mean, we really have. So we're not just doing this just to pretend that we know what we're doing. We really have been working on it. I promise you.
promise you that. There I am again. No, there. Now my camera's on. It says maybe not.
All right. Well, let's take that first time out and
Sure, why
go
not?
get early so we can go ahead and get this done
Okay.
and get it rolling. We come back, man. I'm going to talk about effervescence today. We're going to talk about spray foam insulation.
Ooh.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I got some good show prep for us. We're going to learn some things together. I'm excited about that. My printer went crazy last night. Printed like 14 sheets of this one thing. And there's a big controversy about, whether or not to use spray foam. And this is something I wanted to talk about because
Yeah.
they're talking about, this dang AI thing comes on and it hits me with this well, you don't want to use spray foam because of this, and it has this and has that, and it's not true. It used to be, but it's not true now.
Yeah.
It's really strange. So we're gonna work that out. At least they can hear you now. That's the main thing.
That's the main thing. Yeah. Okay.
we're excited about that. So we'll get that done. Let's take that first time out. When we come back, those of you all that are listening to us on Facebook Live, you will hear Skip and I talking most likely, or we'll probably just mud it.
I'm glad you said that. That way I don't say anything derogatory.
Yeah, so that you do that. So we're going to do that. You listen to Rick's House. We'll be back in just a second. We're going to jump into the home improvement. Hang on, y'all. All right, I'm muted.
Okay.
I've got to figure out how to get you off my.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
And I've got it muted on my end, so I don't. Why does it go into Microsoft Learning? I just want to. I hit my. Oh, I see. Yeah. Say something.
Hello.
I don't know why I can't turn you off in my speakers that are on my. How about now?
Hello. Checking 1 2. As your face gets closer to the computer, that's hilarious. I can see me on my camera, but why my camera is not transmitting me to you, I can't tell you that.
Maybe you need to reverse it.
Well, I got the light on. Well, the camera's looking at me. Timer's not running though. Need to take video. Okay, can you see me now?
Nope.
What the world? Oh, hush.
All right, I've unmuted mine. Let me see if my volume needs to come up just a little bit for my Facebook people.
Okay.
Unmute. I'm gonna fix that.
I got that there.
And it's got an echo cancellation, so I
Okay.
can hear you on the speaker too, but
Okay.
it's not cross feeding.
All right.
I don't understand why I can't see you though. That's the. Oh, I bet I need it. Speaker echo cancellation. Say something now.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
Oh well, we'll figure it out.
Oh well. All right. Let me see what I got here.
All right, how about now?
Yeah, check 1 2 1 2. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why I can't see you.
I don't know either.
Hey, if you take me out of queue, can I hear the music?
Hang on. Let me go here. Go here. If I do this, can you hear the ad?
Yeah.
Okay. I can leave those in. Value every day. I don't know if you have to do something like add guest camera or add guest. I don't know.
I've got it on.
Huh. I think I got a trigger anyway here.
Trying, I don't know. That just is beyond me. Could be my new computer.
Could be. Good.
Oh, good Saturday morning to you. Welcome back to Rick's House. Thanks for joining us on the program. We are moving forward as it is. How ya mama and them? We got Skip's voice on there, so at least we got you on Facebook with your voice. And we're working on the camera. We'll figure that out. But anyway, it's time to talk home improvement, my brother.
Yes. Yes, let's do that.
It is time to talk home improvement. So we're going to make that happen.
Yes.
All that being said, excuse me. One of the things that I was thinking about, and, I go through a lot of tips and I see a lot of different things. And, I work on trying to put stuff together that's helpful and utilize those things to so that I can, make sure that I'm giving you good information. And sometimes it's just stuff that, I just want to know myself, or it's everyday things that we deal with and Amy and I deal with. And so I use a lot of stuff in the family handyman, and y'all know that. And it ain't no secret, They ought to be paying me, but they don't even know who I am, I guess. And that's all right. If it's good and it helps y'all and helps me, I'm gonna share it with you. That's what we're gonna do. So one of the things that came to me the other day is that I was thinking about, every time you get the doggone trash can out, it seems like it gets an odor sometimes, or I don't care what kind of trash bag you use, they'll leak. I've tried them all, and they still leak. Drives me out of my mind. And so I was just going through there today, and I saw this, and it said how to get rid of that odor in your trash can. And I thought, okay, this is going to be something high tech. I'm going to learn a secret formula, Skip.
Okay.
Two things of Tabasco and no. Fourth a cup of baking soda in the bottom of the trash can before you put the bag in.
What was that you put in before the bag?
A fourth a cup of baking soda.
I'll be.
Yep. That's what they said.
And just the baking soda. No, nothing else. Well, you can't put water. That'll go sour in a hurry. So,
Yeah.
Heck. Well, I know baking soda works in your
Well, and if you think about it,
refrigerator,
it
freezer.
leaks, the baking soda's absorbent, so it's going to absorb some of that too. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So I just thought it was pretty neat.
sure.
Pretty good tip. So I got that. Um, that's what it says. Before putting a trash bag in the can, simply sprinkle in baking soda to cover the bottom of the bin. You won't need very much. About a fourth of a cup of baking soda should suffice. Even when you take the trash out, the smell will be significantly different than when you're dealing with before. So I thought it was a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another tip I learned. For you wine drinkers out there,
The vino.
got a little Italian in you. Yeah, for you wine drinkers out there, there's a whole new. There comes I see my kitty cat coming across the way here. She's gonna start meowing here in a second. She's been out chasing the little field mice and bopping them on the head. That's a song my wife's grandmother used to sing to her. Little bunny foo foo hopping through the forest, picking up the field mice and bopping them on the head. Said, little gypsy, my princess ain't bopping them on the head. She's eating her head.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible.
She's quite the princess.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah. I don't know where she goes. I watch her. She goes out, she hunts, she does her thing,
Oh yeah.
She's all about it. So anyway, but at least we can hear you.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll go with that. Let's just go
We'll
with
go
it.
with
We'll
that
worry about it
now.
later.
We'll fool with that later. A lot better than we did last week.
Yeah. Baby steps.
Yesterday.
Baby steps.
What is going on? Let me tell you something. If you come from, we're down in west, deep west, past. We're outside of Knoxville.
Yeah.
And coming back up to the split, when you hit the split, anytime after lunch, from the split to downtown Knoxville is a dead stop, bumper to bumper, 2 miles an hour.
Yes, it is.
And I can't. I don't see why. I don't get it.
Well, you've got 75 and 40 merging, which are two huge interchanges. One's an east-west, one's a north-south. They're going to run together for a while, and it just gridlocks in Spaghetti Junction downtown. And
I know.
It's awful.
It's terrible.
My son comes home
yesterday and pick some stuff up and do some things in town. So I run up there and I was like, I was going to make another run, and I was like, no, if I don't get through town and get back on the split, then I'm going to have to go all the way down Middlebrook Pike, down to Bob Gray Road, and go all the way around to come out and do all that at Campbell Station. And I skinned through there by the hair of my chinny chin and got through there.
My son comes home from tech like at midnight, so he doesn't have to deal with all that.
Oh yeah, or if you go early in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's it.
You don't have to. When I come up to do the show, I'll be in studio next week.
Hey, all right.
Got GFL, my buddy Dean.
Hey,
coming good. GFL. Might even try to get my buddy Evan in there from Permachink, and also going to try to get Brother Jay in there from the metal. Let's see, Metal Superstore, Superstore Metal Superstore. Yeah. Down off Lovell Road. They did a great job for us. We got some 6061 structural aluminum that we put on the slide, and I got to take pictures of that. It looks fantastic. Guys put it on for me. And I got tired of not being able to get down underneath my travel trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought me yesterday. I went to Harbor Freight.
Yeah, I tell you what, you're a Harbor Freight magnet.
I am. They valet parked me. Hold the door open so I can get my horse in there. I just go in and sit down and they say, "What would you like, Mr. Allen?"
That's awesome.
I take two of those, one of these. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna tell you something. I've been in a lot of Harbor Freight stores, and the one I'm visiting right now is probably the nicest store I've ever been in.
Wow.
I told the manager the other day when I was in there, I said, I just want to compliment you. I said, your people are happy to be here. You must be a pretty good fella. I said, you're a little ugly, like me. But he said, yeah, you are. But no, they had some really good deals. I finally got me a crawler, a creeper. You know, like you go under the mechanic's creeper.
Yeah.
It also makes a seat, so I can get down there. Because the next thing's got to happen to the travel trailers. I've got some spaces that's got to be covered up. So holes will use spray foam.
Okay.
Now there's a whole controversy about spray foam.
Yes, there is.
And so I looked it up on AI the other day, actually yesterday, and it said a bunch of crap I don't believe.
Okay.
Which was probably true in 19 whatever.
Yeah, things have changed.
Things have changed. It's bad for the environment. Yeah, la, 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 la. I'm sure there's some out there that is.
Mm-hmm.
But all these companies have went past that, and they don't have those carcinogens and things in them anymore.
Yeah.
Because I started going to the websites and asking them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing to note. Depending on what you're doing, depends on which kind of spray foam you need to use.
That's correct.
So if you're putting windows in your house and you use the triple expanding around your window, your window won't open no more.
No, it won't.
Or shut no more.
No.
So there's some for gap filling. There's some for cracks. No idea, Skip. There's some for wide spray. If you don't do the wide spray on it. And they actually have little nozzles. I mean, they got systems. They got these kits with the big gun and all this stuff, and all that stuff happening. And, that's fine. And that works good. But they also, great stuff. And I just happen to have, sorry about that. Do y'all hear that when that happens? Yeah.
Yeah.
Great stuff has a kit that has 230. It'll do, each can does 30 lineal feet, and it has 2 regular tips, 2 cone tips, and 2 wide spray tips that spray 4 inches. Now I didn't realize this. You're supposed to mist what you're spraying before you spray the foam on there with water.
Oh.
Depending on, not all of them, but depending on what you're using. I didn't realize that. I'd never heard that before. That's new to me.
And what's the reason for the water?
Helps it bond.
Oh, how about that?
It's and of course they tell you how to clean it out and all that kind of stuff. Because I'm telling you, that stuff it's meant to stick.
Oh yeah.
Now, they got a whole thing on their website that answers questions. Great stuff does, and I just thought it was really, really good. It was very, very informative, Chip.
Okay.
Chip.
Good.
I'm calling you everything this morning.
Well, that's right. Yeah, if you use your expandable foams and stuff the way they're intended, you're gonna have good results. If you use them the way they were not intended, that's when you're into trouble.
Well, there's a whole bunch of forms on there. And by forms, I don't mean a form like you sign this form.
Mm-hmm.
I mean a forum, FORUM.
Well, forum. Okay.
Forum.
Okay.
Yeah. That talks about, and people are talking about spraying the underbelly. because when you own a travel trailer for a while, or if you need to spray something in your home, I mean, over time, everything requires maintenance.
Uh-huh.
So step number one that I was asking was, okay, if I put that on the bottom, do I need to cover it? And some people recommend you do. Some people say you don't have to. Some people say to use the spray foam and just cover everything on the underneath. But the problem with that is if you ever have to go back and make a repair, it's a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine cutting through all that stuff to get a tank out?
Oh no. Oh no.
And then they're saying you should leave some cracks so if it leaks, you'll know it's leaking and it'll work its way out. So I don't think I'm gonna spray the whole bottom, but I do think I'm gonna use it to fill hose. The other issue is pests.
Oh yeah.
You know, our biggest issue if you're looking at sealing up the bottom of your travel trailer is mice, snakes. I mean, that's hard to think about, but they're looking for a warm place.
Oh
Your
yeah.
travel trailer is warm in the winter if you're in
Mm-hmm.
it. Mine is. Um, don't want to wake up no sneaky snake in my house.
No.
I don't like spiders and snakes, and that ain't what it takes to love me. Come on.
No.
So they actually make one that has environmentally friendly pesticide in it. So when the little mousy poo eats the insel poo,
You don't leave no poo.
he don't leave no poo. Did I tell you about that lady I had call me one time?
Oh no.
I just made me think of a story.
Oh, here we go.
Story time with Rick.
I see Bobby. I see Tommy. I see Susie. I see Jane.
Let me put on my blue sweater vest.
Gonna meet my neighbor.
It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. A wonderful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? Who says 2 hours of sleep affects you?
Exactly right.
Yes. And strong coffee.
Strong
Seattle's
coffee.
we got this morning.
Doing guys.
Wish
Well,
I had some steampunk Johnny coffee.
that's it. Daggum him. What in the
Steampunk
world
Johnny
was
has
that?
bought him a travel trailer and he is on the road.
What was that?
Headed to Tennessee.
Did you have a plane just fly over?
That was a big dually
Oh, okay.
Chevrolet truck with a whole bunch of welding equipment in the back of it.
Okay, I'm sitting there going, oh my goodness. Yeah.
You ought to see the rigs that are coming in out of this campground.
That's crazy.
I'm talking about 50, 60 foot long diesel pushers pulling a Mercedes SUV behind,
Wow.
helicopter pad on top.
Yeah.
You know, it's unreal. Wow. Johnny, here comes one now.
Because we had a referee last night. I thought he was trying to land a plane out there in the field with the signals he was giving.
Bless him.
So, what's the story you're going to tell about the woman?
Well,
here?
we got to take a time out.
We do. Well, we got a few minutes.
What?
Early.
It's early. I'm early.
Yeah. You get 8 minutes.
That's a first time.
Ain't that something? First time for everything.
We're going to tell the story and then we'll come back to questions about Great Stuff Performance Foam.
Okay.
So when I first got started doing radio in Panama City Beach, and I was the home improvement guy there, that's where I got my start in 2000. So I had a producer, had a really deep voice. Big, tall, thin guy, looked like a fireman. You know what I'm saying?
I heard you saying.
So, nice fella, but was no nonsense. He was funny without being funny. You ever known somebody you know, I do good with folks that are dry of nature.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to talk to them till they talk back. if they got, I'm gonna teach them how to use their words
That's right. That's right.
because I got lots of words. And I have to get mine out every day. Just ask Amy; she'll tell you. I heard an amen from the back of the travel. There she went. Did you hear it? Amen.
I hear.
So we were back in that day. People actually called the radio station.
Yes, they did.
And asked questions.
Oh gosh!
Amy said it's a lie that women have more words than men in the Allen household.
Oh.
I got lots of words.
Yeah.
You don't hear some of them? Word.
Word.
So anyway, so this little lady, she called me, love her. And, you know, my producer, he took the call. And so he said, Rick, you got to go to timeout. And I'm like, okay, well, it's not time. I was thinking to myself, it's not time. But he said, look, he said, I've got this little lady on line 2. And he said, she is worried to death. And he said, you're going to have to be easy with her because she's really, really worried. And I said, well, what's wrong? He said, she's scared. And I said, well, scared? I don't want nobody to be scared. And he said, well, you just talk to her. You just find out what's wrong with her. I said, okay. So we come back from the timeout, and I went to, I don't remember her name. She had a name like Evelyn, Martha, you know, Beatrice, you know, had a grandma name.
Yeah.
Not that they've come back around. They're beautiful names. I love them. We should have more of them. I'm not saying anything. Don't send me hate mail. Everybody's got a beautiful name.
Yes.
So anyway, she said, Rick, she said, I need some help. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, I've got this little mouse. And she said, every night he comes out and he climbs up on my counter and eats my bread.
It's okay.
I said, well, he's hungry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The obvious.
So she said, I know. She said, but he's eating all my bread. And she said, I don't want to hurt him. And she said, I ain't going to use one of them things that kills him, one of them traps. She said, I ain't going to do that. I said, okay. She said, do you have any suggestions? I said, well, have you called an exterminator? And she said, no, I'm afraid they'll kill him.
Oh.
And I said, well, does he eat much? He said, yeah, I get a brand new loaf of bread. I said, well, you can get you one of them plastic things. My mother-in-law's got one. You drop the bread down in there, and Mousy can't get in there. If he tries to get in there, it'll take him a few days, and you'll know.
Yeah.
I said, mix you up some Tabasco with a little water in it and spray it all over it, and he'll take 2 bites, and he'll leave it alone. She said, that's a good idea, but I ain't got none of that. I said, okay.
Okay.
So we proceeded to go on for, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. Because bless her, you know, at this point, I'm at a loss. Because you know what I'd have done to Mousy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so finally, all of a sudden, my producer, his name was John. He just cracks his mic open. He goes, ma'am. And she said, yes. He said, have you heard of sticky paper? And she said, no, what's that? He said, it's a little piece of sticky paper. And when the little mousey comes out, he gets on the sticky paper and you can catch it. She said, oh, well, that sounds fine. She said, I'm going to try that. He said, okay. I said, well, I hope we helped you. She said, well, I called the fire department and they wouldn't come do nothing about it. That's the truth. So we went on through the show and did everything that we had to do. And the next week, he said, Rick, she's back on the phone. I said, okay, what's she want? He said, she wants to talk to you about the sticky paper. I said, you're the sucker that suggested it. Because I knew what had happened.
That's awesome.
So I brought her on and I said, yes, ma'am, how can we help you? And she said, I got the sticky paper. And she said, it works real good. I said, well, did it get him? She said, yeah, he's on there now. She said, I put my apron on and my oven mitts. And she said, I took a spatula and I went outside, took him outside. And she said, I'm trying to get his little feet off the sticky paper so I can turn him loose. But I'm afraid I'm going to tear his leg off. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, is there something we can put on there to dissolve that glue, pour some acetone on it, do that? All of a sudden, John clicks in. He said, ma'am, do you have an outside trash can? She said, well, yeah, I do. He said, take the sticky paper outside with the little mouse on it, open the lid, and set him down in there on top of the jack and put the lid back on it. She said, well, it gets water in it and it's raining. She said, I'm afraid he'll drown. He said, oh, no. He said, that's where his friends live. They'll help get him off. They know how to do that. She said, okay, sounds good. And hung up. Sticky paper. Now, she didn't call me back because the trash man came and got you. Now she went to the big buffet in the sky. That is a true story.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Oh, them spirits.
Oh, the spirits.
The spirits, they come down them electrical lines.
Yes.
And they cut left and come right on in there.
Oh, my God.
They Johnny on the spot, just like all clear plumbing.
That's it.
654-437-7752 or GFL, Dean Keys. Permachink all over the place. They're getting awards like crazy everywhere. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Fine sponsors of this program.
I recommended them to someone the other day. I had my broadcast partner for football. He works in real estate, and they had sold a log home, and they had some questions about some stuff. I said, go see the folks at Permachink out on Dolly Parton Parkway, and they will help you with that.
Awesome.
So
Evan sent me. I run a little Halloween test last night. I don't know if you saw it or not.
I saw it about midnight. Yeah.
And by the way, I need to fess up.
Confession time here.
Wrong why I couldn't broadcast on the Melon app.
Oh.
Now, there's 2 Melon apps out there. Okay.
Oh.
If you get the one that says you must be 21 to enter, Rick's house ain't on that one. Okay. Don't click on that one. That one takes you to the dark web.
Oh, a bad place.
There ain't no home improvement on that one.
No.
I don't. So I think that's why they changed and joined Streamlab, because I think they had people getting on the wrong Melon app.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. So, but not only did the sound card in the old computer bite the dust, because of hackers, and I don't understand hackers. They drive me crazy. We've had to change the password, but I forgot to update that on the app. So Last week was operator error and computer error. So I put on there that I was doing a test, and Evan went on there and said, "Did you get that redneck cord fixed on that computer?" Now, for those of y'all that don't know what we're talking about, I've had this other computer for so long that the power cord wouldn't stay in. Now, Skip, am I lying?
You're not lying. Oh, you're not lying.
So I got part of that.
That redneck engineered.
So I got me some Loctite super glue, and I glued it in there.
You did.
And then the cord was in the way, so I glued it down the back of the computer. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying. Not at all.
Where there's a will, there's a way. And some Loctite or Gorilla super glue.
That's
I can
it.
fix anything. It don't matter what it is. Put me in the space shuttle. Come on.
Just call him MacGyver.
Yes, right. All right. So we're going to take a time out. Are we ready to take a time out?
Yeah, we take one.
All right. Let's take that time out to hear from some of those folks that bring you this program, like our friends at Top Septic, Old City Kitchens, Cozy Mountain Cabins, CozyMountainCabins.com, All Clear Plumbing,
Yeah.
Permachink, GFL, and some new ones coming your way as we're learning about these things. When we come back, we're going to jump back into conversation about great stuff.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about shiners.
Shine.
I'll explain after the time.
I know there's two ways that can go, and neither one of them are home improvement.
Yeah, and you think I'm going to tell you during the timeout, but that's a negative.
I love it. It's awesome.
Rick's House, Saturday mornings. Hang on, youngins. We'll be right back. All right, for those of y'all on Facebook, this week you will not hear commercials, but we want you to visit our sponsors. All Clear Plumbing, if you've got plumbing repair needs, anything along those lines, it's 544-7752. Permachink, right around Dolly Park Parkway, or across the road, LL Extension. Moxrail Salvage, Old City Kitchens, Cozy Mountain Cabins, and others. Hang on a second. We'll be back right after this. Just like the wood cell, maybe if you're missing sections of the window sills and frames and furniture. All right, I'm muted on Facebook.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
You know, it's funny. I'm getting you through my new computer. I hear you through the speaker too.
Yeah. Okay.
But I got echo cancellation on, so it's not coming across.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I've looked at my camera thing 4 times and I can't figure out why. Because when we tested it, the last time we tested it, as soon as you brought me up, I was there. And I've not changed anything on my settings.
They do have some seconds if you want to get a deal, but not on kitchens and not on about everything they have in the store. So trust me.
Oh, that's all right. I don't need to see this. Keep them guessing.
They're going to have the best prices on the best products.
I mean, it picked you right up last time.
Yeah. I had a first happen to me at a football game last night. Never had happen to me. I got locked in the stadium. They locked us in. We had to run a decent post-game show and waiting to see who our opponent was going to be for next week. And they locked us in. I had to call Coach to come get us out. Coach came and got us out.
Run by a veteran who wants to give you the type of service that you're expecting. Call Septic. Call them today, 865.
I just don't understand. I mean, I've got the camera on.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's not bringing it. Unless it's the feed.
Could be. That's all right. I ain't gonna worry about it.
That's something else we'll work on.
Yeah. Yeah, because well, I see that the light's on there where you can see me on the camera. But why does the light not stay on then? That is so weird. Light is on now.
Can you go into your camera settings?
Yeah, I'm in here right now.
Can you swap the camera around?
Well, the camera's looking at me right now.
Is it?
Yeah. Camera settings. About.
Helps you understand how you can better care for your loved one.
See, what's weird is I can't scroll down
alctennessee.org/workshop. Yeah, I would recommend it.
Hello, I'm Billy
to
Wilson,
see
principal here at David Boys High School.
anything
We are
else.
pleased to be hosting the November 8th Smoky Mountain Walk to make Alzheimer's a memory. We hope that you can join us, and as always, go Tigers.
Looking for a great deal on a newer used vehicle? Head to Stinnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Newport, Tennessee. Just a short drive from Sevierville on West Highway 2570. You've got over 100 pre-owned vehicles with a wide selection of makes and models, all at low prices. We're clearing out space for 2025 models. So now's the time to save big. Financing available for all credit types. Don't miss out.
You should be on there.
Chrysler Dodge Jeep
Yeah.
Ram, Newport today. Stinnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. West Highway 2570 Newport. Your next ride is waiting.
Get juicy hand-patted smash burgers, wings, homemade meatloaf, and spaghetti.
That's weird.
Plus, I got this brand new computer.
Could be. Do I have to join Melon in order for me to be on there or no?
No.
Okay.
Does it say join?
Yeah, well, I keep getting something saying I need to join. Not join.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have to go into my settings and join it or something. I saw.
Yeah. You got to join the feed. That may be why I can't see you.
That could be why. Well, I did join the feed, but then it was asking me to do something else. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. Yeah, I'll have to go. I'm gonna look at it here once we get figured out.
From a broken water pipe to emergency repair to water line install, or maybe something that you never thought the plumber could
Hey,
do.
Amy.
Who do you call? You call All Clear Plumbing. All the wheels, All Clear Plumbing. Your choice for plumbing. 865-443-77.
All right, we're coming back.
All right, young man, we're coming back.
We get a whistle now.
Skip. Good Saturday morning to you. Welcome back to Rick's House. Thanks for joining us on the program. Appreciate y'all being part of what we're doing as we still experimenting a little bit with all new technical stuff. Getting better each week. Be in studio next week. Dean Keys joins me from GFL. Gonna see if I can get Evan in from Permachink. and maybe Jay from Metal Supermarket.
There you go.
If you need steel or aluminum or structural aluminum, and you know, I found everything I needed to repair my slide in their scrap pile. And the way that they do that is if you got short pieces or whatever, they just weigh it. They charge you so much a pound. I had to go up there and get some stuff for a brace. They charged me $5. I mean, it's awesome. You can just tell them what you need, and they'll tell you if they've got it. It's really cool. So, guys do a great job on that. Before the timeout, we said we was going to talk about shiners. Not them moonshiners.
No, not those kind of shiners.
Not that shiner you got in the 6th grade from running that mouth.
No, or those ones you use for bait when you're fishing.
Oh, yeah, that's another one. I forgot about that.
Yeah, see?
One of the things that's good to do if you're able-minded and able-bodied, and if you ain't, have somebody that is, do it for you, is this is a good time of year going into the wintertime to open up that attic access and take a big flashlight and just go up to the top and look at the underside of your roof. You say, well, Rick, what are we looking for? Well, we're looking for a couple things. Got your pencil, got your pad. We're looking for shiners. A shiner is a nail that missed the framing it's supposed to be in. So what happens is moisture that's in your attic, as it escapes the rooms, it condenses on those nail bodies because they're cold. And they'll actually frost. They get a white effervescence on them. Now, effervescence is something we need to talk about. And that's something that you need to be looking for, not only in your attic, but your foundation, your brick chimney. Effervescence is the white residue that's left on the building material after it's been wet and the water's evaporated, but left the minerals behind. The nails, when they get it, will look white because they're frosted. When the attic heats up a bit during the day, the frost melts and drips. Then the nail frosts up at night again, and so on. And this can create a leak. The other thing it does is what happens when something gets cold? It contracts. I'm going to leave that right there. And what happens when metal gets warm? It expands.
Expands.
So what happens to a nail that's not in a framing member like it's supposed to be?
No.
Just through that 7/16 OSB, as it's heating and cooling, it's expanding, it's contracting, which means it's moving. So when you walk out in your yard, and you don't have to get on your roof. I sold roofs for years and never got on one ever. Lots of ways to figure a roof. Count the shingle tabs. Measured roofs from the ground. Now we have something called Eagle View, where they take a satellite photograph of it. And your insurance company sends you an estimate that says, if you don't get a new roof, we're canceling your coverage. Imagine that.
Imagine that.
But there's lots of things that you can do. If you walk out far enough in your yard and look at your roof, what are you looking for? You're looking for missing shingle. You're looking for raised shingles. Where there's a raised shingle, there's a nail working its way out. Where there's a raised shingle, there's a potential leak. So, shiners. These are things that you should inspect your attic on a regular basis. Try to spot that. The other thing that you're looking for in your attic is most of us have blown insulation. Most of us have a ridge vent up top across the peak. And then we have soffit vents. Well, at those soffit vents, there's supposed to be a foam or a cardboard baffle that stops that insulation from blocking that vent. Over a period of time, those can be knocked down. The people getting around in there working, critters walking around and getting the insulation over your vents. The end result is you're not getting proper attic ventilation, which is terrible for your roof. It's terrible for your heat and air unit that's up there in your 2-story house. It's terrible for your electric bill. Also, we want to look at wiring. We want to just see if we notice anything. Is some wire pulled up? Has something been gnawing on it? For some reason, them creatures that get in your attic, like raccoons and squirrels and mice and things like that, they're like them spirits, Skip.
Oh, here we go.
Electricity, Skip. They think if they gnaw on that and get some of that, they can jump off the sticky paper.
Oh my goodness.
Got to turn the power off, let them spirits go by.
I told that story to a local person or a local electric company here, and he looked at me like I had a third eye, and then he about wet himself.
Then he thought about who he could do it to.
Yeah. I bet he did. Knowing him, I bet he did.
Because every utility board's got a complaint department.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Has them spirits gone? Yeah, they're gone, but I'm getting shocked on the tomatoes out in the garden.
Oh my goodness. I remember that one too. Oh my goodness.
You know, one of the things, the reason I do this is I love it. And because I love that our listening audience allows me to be in their home
Absolutely.
on Saturday morning. And I hope that we give some good entertainment value, but I hope we also are giving you information that you can use. Now, the call-in number is always open. 865-932-7449. Don't be scared. We'll be nice. Promise. 865-932-7449. Because remember, the only silly question is the one you don't ask. Because if you don't know, you don't know. I have to ask questions all the time. I've been doing this my whole life.
My goodness.
Found in the barn when he was only 3. Didn't kill no bears and couldn't climb a tree. Ate too many tacos. I'm going to leave it at that.
My goodness.
Man, that coffee's good this morning.
Yeah.
Did you go trick-or-treating? Did the children go trick-or-treating last night?
I believe they did. My youngest is barely a child, and he's not even a child anymore. But they went over to a friend's house in the Boyd's Creek community and did some trick-or-treating over there while I was working.
You didn't let them go to Thornhill, did you?
No. No. We don't do that.
That's going to let down. Y'all know we have to give Dean from GFL some grief over that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's important. I'm missing a page in my notes. I guess I'll just have to ad lib.
Okay.
Lots of concerns lately about LP gas and natural gas in your home. That's something you need to have checked. Amy was telling me this morning that we have an infrared electric fireplace in the travel trailer that we utilize for heat. And it does a great job, and it's energy efficient. You know, infrared heat warms not only the air, but it warms the floor, the walls, everything around you. That's the reason it's efficient, because once it gets that warmed up, it doesn't have to kick on and off as much. But she read on a forum, that's a forum, that you're supposed to remove, unscrew, and pull your fireplace out once a year or so and vacuum and clean behind it to keep it working properly. Now, if you have one and your flame don't work no more, that's because your light bulb in there is burning out, because that's just a light bulb
Mm-hmm.
shining through a rotating screen. Maintenance is the key.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it happen. And you're going to have it in everything that you do. If you don't maintain it, it will break down. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you looking at me this morning on Facebook, the book face, this is what it looks like when you run out of propane and have no hot water. Because I forgot to check it.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you're going to go sleep in the doghouse.
Mm-hmm. Guess what I'm going to be doing today?
Get propane.
Going to get some propane and propane accessories. And honestly, I had checked it a week or so ago, but we cooked some things and did some laundry and things that we don't normally use hot for, and depending on usage, it used more. So we'll get that done, and fortunately there are places. Did you know that when your propane tank is a 20-pound tank, it doesn't have 20 pounds of propane in it?
How much does it have in it?
15 pounds, most 13 to 15 pounds.
Because the other 5 pounds is the tank?
No,
No.
it's because it is an acceptable rule of thumb not to fill it all the way up. If you take it to a place that specializes in that, a lot of times they'll fill it up. The way I was taught is you fill it up till it's blowing out the other end and it's a full tank. It's designed to hold that.
Yeah.
But when you go in and you exchange that at the store, you're getting anywhere from 11 to 15 pounds of propane.
How about that?
A 30-pound tank, as opposed to a 20-pound tank, is much more economical.
Wow.
And lasts a whole lot longer.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the reason I don't exchange tanks unless it's in an absolute emergency. I keep a 20-pound tank for emergencies, but it's in the bottom of my truck under a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not going to get up there and get out. So I'll take the 30-pound tanks off and take them over to Holston Gas if they're still open, or I'll probably end up going to Ace Hardware. They do a good job. And as opposed to exchanging it, they'll fill it up. And I will ask the young man or woman who's there, how many pounds are you putting in there?
Yeah. That's kind of important to know.
It is.
Yeah.
Because 5 pounds of gas, believe me, I'm an expert on this. 5 pounds of gas is a lot. I mean, that's 5 cylinders.
Yeah.
Little green cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
They're a pound a piece. What's that cost?
Yeah.
So hence, wherefore art thou? Because the story of the moral is,
The story of yes.
don't slop your dripper.
Don't slop your dripper. That's right.
Also, there's some great deals out there right now. I got a really good surprise this past week. So we have remodeled the inside of the travel trailer, and I used to have about every tool known to man, because one of the things that we're going to start to do again, now that we've made our home at 105.5 Mix 105.5 and Talk 106.3,
Yes, sir.
Because Uncle Paul loves us.
Yes, he does.
And we love him too. But don't tell him.
Yeah.
He'll ask for a check.
Oh, Lordy.
One day I said, "Does he ever listen to me?" And she said, "I don't know." So I said, "I hope not." Good man. Our station owner's a good man.
Oh, bling. Yeah,
Good
we
people.
talked about him last night during the game, yeah.
Okay. Got a question?
Oh, hey.
Tim says propane tanks are only supposed to be filled to 80% capacity. Otherwise, they get hot and they blow out propane.
Oh,
Okay.
how about that? Well,
Not the
thank
way
you,
I
Kim.
was taught, but maybe it's different.
Maybe.
Thank you for that information.
Yeah.
Always good that at least we know you're listening, Miss Kim, and thank you.
Then thank you. Yes, thank you.
See, I learned something every day.
How about that? You can teach an old dog new tricks. How about that?
Absolutely. So I guess I was fussing about nothing.
You went on and on for 10 minutes about nothing.
I know it. I'm gonna make you put it in there anyway. Now, listen, I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't know everything about everything.
No.
And the truth is that things change. And it's been a long time since I was filling propane tanks. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Also, making sure you got those pressure reducing valves on when she was talking about blowing out propane. We're coming into that time of year that if you are in a travel trailer or you're winter camping or fall camping, make sure that you have electric hose. Make sure that you are preparing to make sure that your waste and your black and your gray outlets are covered, and your inlets. I mean, the electric hose only covers up to the fitting, so you've got to do something to protect it where it enters into the travel trailer or RV or fifth wheel or whatever it is that you have. It's all those little things that add up that make a huge difference, and that are important, because that's where you can have trouble down the line. And once it starts freezing, it'll freeze. I have swapped from the big, heavy electric hoses to the new type of hose that looks like a garden hose, and they're blue, but they have the electric tape, the electric strip, heat tape in them, I should say. And I'm gonna try that this year. Now, I've heard good and bad about both of them. We'll see. And we'll see which one and how that goes. And then I'll report back and let you know if I was satisfied with it. They're about the same money, not quite as expensive. The main reason that I did it is that 50-foot hose that's wrapped with all that extra on it is really difficult for me to roll up. That's just truth. So if there's something that's more lightweight that does as good a job, then I'm about that. As I said, we're going to be traveling some. Well, I'm getting popular.
Another one?
Don't know what that was.
Oh.
Let's just spin the charger I plugged in there a while ago. So all kinds of good stuff coming up on the program. I was listening to a guy yesterday. I stopped to get gas, and he said, "Now I'm a roofer," and he was talking to everybody in the in the gas station, and I was just enjoying listening. He said, I don't work for any contractors. I don't like working with them. And I was in a hurry. I'd have said, well, I'm a contractor. I don't like roofers.
Oh, Jay.
No, I love roofers. I'm just kidding. But what it did make me think of was, everybody in the construction trades or in whatever you do for a living, everybody has what they like to do. I didn't like to build custom houses. I wasn't that good at it. It stressed me. I mean, I built a good house. I'm not saying that, but just all the intricate. How do you say that, Chip?
Intricate.
All the intricate details. I'd rather just build it the way I thought about it till it got to a certain point and let them pick out from there. But what I really like to do was remodeling, because there's a thinking that says that if it's new, it should be perfect. And there's not a perfect house. It's not. I know some guys and some gals that get real close, but there's going to be issues. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. Amy asked me this morning, she said she laid down last night, and of course I said, well, we ought to get us a bag of candy just in case. You never know, depending on what RV park you're in or campground. Sometimes you have trick-or-treaters, sometimes you don't. She said, we have any trick-or-treaters last night? I said, just me. What you get for getting them mini Reese's cups? Get me off my diet.
Well, that's what I said during the game. I said, no, it's a good night Halloween here in Pigeon Forge, but nobody's brought us any candy. And
did you get any after that?
We didn't get any after that.
Check it for needles.
Oh,
you remember when we was kids, you had to check.
Remember that?
For blades.
Yes. People sick.
Had to pour it all out on the floor.
Yeah. Now everything's got to be
down.
Everything's everything's got to be individually wrapped.
We ain't checked that yet.
There you go. Yeah, put down that Mary Jane. And a bit of honey.
That's right. So a lot of things. Now we've talked a lot this morning about spray foam. When CFI Insulation first started, Scott and his business partner, came out with closed foam cellular insulation, spray foam insulation. And we had a garage that we were going to turn into a small house that eventually became the house that my mom and dad moved into, all on one floor, living room, dining room, kitchen, master bedroom, whirlpool tub, all on one level, where they could, get around, don't have to handle steps, washer and dryer right there, all that kind of stuff. And so we had already put the siding on it, and it was a garage, and a workshop for a while, and then we were going to turn it into a house. So Scott contacted me, and he said, hey, Rick, do you know anybody that's got a house? We've got this new product we want to try. And I said, well, matter of fact, I do. I said, we've got a garage that we're turning into a house. And he says, it have any insulation in it? And I said, no. I said, ain't got no sheetrock in it. It's not wired, not nothing. He said, here's what I want you to do. He said, I want you to go ahead and don't do any insulation. Go ahead and run your plumbing, run your electric, run your HVAC, sheetrock it, finish it. And then we'll come in there and we'll put the foam in it from the outside.
Oh.
I said, okay. And it'll be a test house for us. I said, I like that. So what they did is they come in and they would remove a piece of vinyl siding on the bottom and drill a hole in there the size of a quarter. And then they'd go to the top and drill the hole the size of the quarter, and then they would inject the foam, and then when the foam come out the top, they knew that that cavity was full. They did that whole house. That's been, golly, 20 years ago. And it has performed magnificently. But they needed test house to make sure that they had their pressure gauges set right so they didn't bow the sheetrock on the inside, so they could go into a historic house, 4th and Gill or downtown Sevierville or wherever, Newport, Cosby, Morristown, and put the spray foam in there without damaging anything or obstructing the historic value of the home. When you think about historic houses, we have 2 types of framing in construction. You have platform framing, which is the majority of construction that you'll see. That means that you build a subfloor, then you put a bottom plate, wall studs, double top plate, set floor joists or trusses, and go again. That's called platform framing. Balloon framing is where you build a wall from floor to rafter, and then for your second floor, you add a joist to the balloon, to the side framing, and your floor is attached. But that cavity is open from floor to rafter. That's balloon framing. Now we're going to take a time out because the coffee's got to go. When we come back from the time out, I'm going to tell you why that happened and why spray foam works good for that. You're listening to Rick's House. It's Saturday morning. We appreciate you joining us. Thank you, Kim, for that text. We'd love to hear from more of you. Always glad to have that input on the program. Phone lines are open, 865-932-7449. Rick's House text line, 865-255-3911. It's Rick's House. Hang on, y'all. I'll be right back.
All right.
Team Systems, protecting wood for a long, long time. Not only protecting it, but beautifying it, helping it when it's decayed, working with log home people, and also working with homeowners. They have a store on Prosser Road in Hollisville at 1605 Prosser Road at 865-774-3307. Hey. I got the Woodsman line of smooth wood. The other day I was looking for something that matched wood trim. I only had 2 choices. Not with permanent. Oh, thank you, brother. Cedar tone, brown and gray. I'm not, but my producer is. That will harden and become just like the wood itself. Maybe if you miss the sections that the window sills, frames, furniture, wood structure. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for letting us know. Thanks. Systems today, toll free 858-355-454 and Superior. Hey, as a caller, we got an echo. I gotta run to the bathroom right now.
All right.
Might be my speaker. Host Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show on the road. Let me tell you about my friends at Knox Trail Salvage and Old City Kitchen. Joel Hopper and the team there have been friends of this program for a long time, and they will be your friends. Friends, they have got the best cabinets, the best products. You say, Rick, is it seconds? No, everything's first quality. They do have some seconds if you want to get a deal, but not on kitchens and not on about everything they have. So trust me, they're part of our team. They want to be part of your team,
And in this environment where building materials are going through the roof, they're going to have the best prices on the best products in Knoxville or anywhere in the surrounding area. Call them today. See them online. KnoxvilleSalvage.com, OpenCityKitchens.com. A Rick's House favorite.
Hey y'all, this is Rick Allen. Let me tell you about one of my favorite companies, Top Septic. If you need a new drain field, or maybe you're having a problem with your existing drain field, or maybe the septic tank just needs to be pumped, they are the folks that can handle it for you. They know what they're doing. They're an American-owned company run by a veteran who wants to give you the type of service that you're expecting. Top Septic. Call them today, 865-599-1690. 865-599-1690. Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show. Let me tell you about our newest sponsor, Genie Head Hail. Let's green for life. If you're looking for that dumpster, or that roll-off, or that piece of equipment that's going to get that debris away from your job site, just keep things easy around and clean around that big business that you have. GFL wants to be your partner. They want to service you, and they want to take care of your locations in Knoxville and Morristown. And you call them today at 865-475-7777. 865-475-7777. Dean Hayes joins me today to tell us about a special offer for Rick's House listeners. Dean.
We got an echo.
Okay, is it coming through the computer? So it's not here.
I'm gonna kill yours and see if that helps it.
Okay,
Can you listen to the station?
I'm listening to the station right now.
Do you hear it?
Not on
When
the
I'm talking?
not on the radio station. No. Well, I can hear some me in the background.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how to isolate you.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna kill you on the Facebook because I think that's what's causing it.
Okay.
See if that fixes it. Then we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Because of
Good Saturday morning to you. Welcome back to Rick's House. Thanks for joining us on the program. Appreciate you working with us each and every Saturday morning. That's what I feel like I do when I'm going to work, but I like my job. Sorry, I had to get dip. Live radio. Live radio. All those things. Yeah, night game tonight for the Vols. Yeah, 7:30. Oklahoma game, dark mode. Yeah, I'll have to take a nap, or I won't make that one. Yeah, and that's what we have to do now. We have to take a nap. Getting ready to put a pork roast in the crock pot, though. Mm-hmm. That's right. Hey, and thanks to that listener that called me, he's first time listener to the program. Appreciate that. Told me we had a little echo, and I think we fixed it. We don't know unless you tell us, especially when we're doing something new. So next week I'm in studio, and I'm just tickled to death that we've come. As Skip and I were talking about that during the timeout. You know, when I first started doing radio, you had to have all this equipment that I couldn't afford. And now we don't have to have that. I mean, I've got a podcast machine that does a fantastic job for us, that I've had for some time, and a couple laptops, and man, we're good to go. So we appreciate that listener who called in. Thank you. Appreciate you listening. Hope you'll join us each and every Saturday morning, 7:30 to 9:30. Waking up between you and Mama. Had a big old bed. I've told the story about that many times, how that came about, and getting that done. And Brian was asking me during the timeout about Roofmaster 33. I don't know what that is, Brian. I put that in, and it didn't bring me anything up. Now I know what RoofMax is. You know, we've talked a lot about that on the show. Well, I mean, and I know they're doing a lot of them. I've seen their place out in Morristown. You know, I don't know. I've asked them to come out. There's roof something and roof something. I've had one of them on the show. I know that they're pumping a lot of money into the market for advertising, and as a result, they're probably getting really busy. And you know, I'd love for folks to call in who've had it done, and call us at 865-932-7449 and tell us what their experience has been. You know, I mean, I think that'd be fantastic. It's a lot of money, but so is a house. You know, one of the things that we do is we travel. And like I said, we just got to get out for a little bit. I'm a caged buyer. You know, and I've not done a good job. And one of the things I've really got to do is I start getting all these memories on the book face of videos that I've taken all over this country. And I've got to do a better job of sharing those. And hopefully we can get the website situated and get it up and running where we can share some of those things, because, you know, there's a lot of stuff to see in this world, especially in the States. Yeah. You know, one of my favorite listeners, Miss Doris, she left us a couple years ago, and I loved her to death. And she's always listening to me and always encouraging me, and but her and several other of the listeners, when we were traveling, would say, we ain't never going to the beach again because we're too old to travel, but we go with you. And so that's the whole point in it, is to, plus it lets us show other things like, the different types of construction and how things are done in different places. Um, as I've looked around and mapping out some places we want to visit, um, and looked at where property values, uh, there's just a lot to look at. One of the things that we've done is we have rejoined a couple. One is RV Life, which is a website that people ask me all the time, well, what do you use? I do two things. One of the things that I do is um, I've got a 2026 Truckers Atlas coming. And not a regular atlas, but a Truckers Atlas. Because a Truckers Atlas tells you everything that you need to know about where you don't need to take your camper, travel trailer, RV, what have you. Whether there's a railroad track with a steep incline where you can get hung on the middle of it, one lane tunnels, low bridges, all those kinds of things that are nightmares and nowhere to turn around. It's in an atlas if you get a Trucker's Atlas. All right. Outstanding. All right, we're going to try it. Hey, Robin. I don't hear. Skip, you'll have to repeat it to me. Mm. Well, first of all, Robin, I appreciate the phone call. Uh, second of all, I wish y'all a long, healthy marriage. Third of all, I've been married 36 years. $43. Well, I'm not going to choose sides on this. I'm sure y'all both very nice people. But I'm going to tell you, the old saying goes, and this is true, and my bride will tell you the same thing. A painter's house is never painted. A handyman's house is never finished. My wife told me the other day, she said, I have a list. And I said, well, write it down in the order. I said, write down the order that you want it done in. She said, I'm going to give it to you one at a time because I want that one completed before I tell you what the next one is. Tell him he can buy a new tool. Say, honey, I read on this and if you had this, you could do that faster. That's the secret. You gotta let him go to Harbor Freight. That won't cost too much. Yeah, if I had the answer, if I had the answer to that, I'd be making a lot more money than I am now. I promise you that. It is fun. Thank you. But he gets a tool, but we don't get no action. Well, does he like to eat? Because thank you, Robin. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Well, Robin, that's awesome. And thank you so much for letting us know that, because sometimes we wonder if anybody's listening to us. And I really appreciate it. And thank you for taking time to listen to us. Good. That's what we're supposed to do. But I'll say this, it's kind of like my friend told me. He said, I said, you know, that cat of mine, she won't eat nothing, but she's got one wet food that she eats, and it's Purina shreds that it has to be fish, and it has to have scallop flavor added. And if you put it down there, something different, she won't eat it. And I was telling my buddy that, and he said she will when she gets hungry enough. So if he gets hungry enough, he get tired of them hamburgers. Yeah, it is. I don't know. I went through a period of time when I was doing it. Honestly, I enjoy doing it now. I can't do it as well as I used to. I still have when you do it every day, you can do it quickly. Now that I have some mobility issues and things, I don't do it as quickly. It takes me longer. But now that I've realized that it takes me longer, there's a satisfaction in doing it and getting it done. Like I've got a project I'm gonna work on today that I've been putting off forever. I've probably been put off. I've had the parts for 6 months, and but once I get it done, it'll be good. Now, I don't know. I think that's a man thing, but we got to do better, man. Mama needs it done. We got to do it. I know my bride's listening in the back of the trailer. We're liable to hear something at any minute now. Let me hit that mutt button just in case. She'll be coming down the hall. Is that right? Is that right? Uh-huh. I said, well, I told her, I said, well, give me that first thing on the list. She said, no, I'm going to wait till we're somewhere where you can do it, but you're going to get it. I said, yes, ma'am. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I appreciate those phone calls so much. And I appreciate y'all working with us while we're working through this new technology, but it's getting better. It's going to be better every week. Now we'll be in studio next week. And so a lot of it has to do with technology passing me up. Had to break down and get an iPhone, which I hate because I don't understand it. But I got phones and cords. Lord, if y'all could see what my desk looks like in the studio in here. I did. I went through 2 or 3, didn't I? Well, that in there looks right. Let's plug her in and see what happens. Well, my bride had my whole desk organized when I came back yesterday from my trip to Knoxville. And man, she can organize. I mean, she had it all laid out, and it looks like a tornado's come through here. But I feel comfortable. I know what I'm gonna have to do something about that. That's for sure. But yeah, absolutely. It's honeydew list. Maybe we'll do a show on that. Men make mama happy. So that's good. Gosh, where's the time go? I don't know where the time goes. And I started to tell you that we talk a lot about tools, and since we were talking about Robin and her husband getting a new tool, now that I'm traveling, when I buy tools, I have to buy them and think about the amount of space that I have to work with. And so I needed a compound miter saw to cut this metal that we put on underneath the slide when we repaired the floors. And I've got some pictures of what the floor looked like. It's awful. But when I did that, I wanted the smallest one I could find, because it's not like I'm cutting 10-inch ground mold or building a big, huge deck. I don't do that anymore. So I went to Harbor Freight because I wanted something that was inexpensive. Looked at their Warrior brand, which I have some Warrior tools, and they're okay. I mean, they don't have the horsepower of some of the other tools, but they're a lot less expensive. And then I remembered when we were in the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, working as campground host, they had tools for us up there. They had a cordless blower for blowing off the sidewalks, cordless pressure washer that you take a 5-gallon bucket and put soapy water in there, and then you use the cordless pressure washer to wash out the bathrooms. Because the bathrooms are pit toilets. You know what a pit toilet is? No. Bolo's necktie in Texas. Yes, that would be considered a bolo. You have taught me something. I didn't know that. We call them pit toilets out west. And the angels sang in unison. And you could read that copy of Family Handyman while you... Well, a pit toilet's the same principle. It's like an outhouse privy. So you have a hole underneath. Toilet sets on top. There's just a hole. You have a 12-inch pipe. It comes out of that hole, goes up the back through the roof of the pit toilet and vents. So the secret to a pit toilet is you have to keep the lid down. It's like a porta potty. If you don't keep the lid down on the porta potty, you'll know. Right fast. Don't light a cigarette in there and blow you plumb to Washburn or Thornhill, as Dean says. Boom! Look at that pretty fireworks. And then, of course, the news will come out and find my cousin. I synced the whole thing. I was putting Pop-Tarts in the toaster. Looked out the trailer window. I got a bay window right there over the sink. Garden window. Keep our plants in there. You know what I mean? And there it was. Flying like a rocket. I synced it. So anyway, got to keep that lid down. Methane gas, that's bad. I'm sorry, I did not understand that command. Press 9 to hear the main menu. We have little inside jokes that if you listen to the program on a regular basis, you'll get those. But anyway, you have to pressure wash those things out. And so they used hyper tough tools. Well, Walmart cut a deal with Hart Tools, but before Hart Tools, they had hyper tough tools. Well, now they have Hart and hyper tough tools. So I went to Walmart, and they have a compound, a 7 1/4 inch, which is a standard circular saw blade. Skill's a brand, circular saw's a type. And they had one, and it was on sale for $10 less than the one at Harbor Freight and had a better warranty. So I purchased it. Well, I got home and went to read the instructions because I've learned that instructions are important. Even though we don't look at them till the end. And it said, button on top activates laser. I went, ooh, I ain't never had no saw got no laser on it. And that little sucker's got a laser on it. I am uptown. I didn't cut that metal till night. I felt like a Terminator, that one eye shining that red beam down there on that metal. Had a whole crowd in the neighborhood. Where'd you get that? I said, I bought that at the Walmart's. And now I'm going to go back in the trailer and watch Little House on the Bonanza. That's my mother, bless her, used to say. So yeah, it has a laser sight on it. Laser sight's the deal. It's good stuff. Tell us what's coming up on the broadcasting today at 105.5 and 106.3. Best of today. Oh, wow. Ah. How about the Carson Newman Eagles? What's going on with them? Very good. That'll be a good one. Fantastic. Lots of stuff going on. Reach me during the week at rickshouseradio@gmail.com. Be back in studio next week with some special guests, answering questions about trash and roll-offs, and hopefully we get Evan in there from Permachink to talk about that. And maybe Jay will join us from Metal Supermarket. And I want to mention our fine friends at Kinder Furniture Outlet in Athens, Tennessee, that helped us with a new recliner for Mama. So it's all good. Thank y'all for the phone calls. Y'all don't know, it warms my heart to get a phone call. We appreciate that, Miss Robin. Thank you. And for the gentleman who called me to let me know we had an echo, which we fixed. Unless you call and tell us, we don't know. Put your arms around them babies if they'll let you. Tell Mama you love her. Do something on the honeydew list. See how that works out for you. And listen to your favorite home improvement radio show each week, or tune in to us. And I'll leave you with my radio voice. Tell us what we won, Ricky. It's a brand new car. Yeah, and he makes about $10 million a year. Nah, that's good stuff. All right, stay tuned for Let's Talk Real Estate and Law Talk coming up after that. God bless you. We love you. Thank you for spending time with us. We'll see you next Saturday. Skip, great job.